Hello everyone, I'm El.
I'm Dan.
I'm Alan.
And welcome to our E3 special. E3 is happening, it's starting a little later on today. So we're hoping to get this video uploaded in time so we can share our predictions and some of our thoughts, feelings. We've been raiding the internet, we've been raiding our collections and racking our brains to try and predict what we're going to be seeing within the next few days at the expo. And we could be completely wrong about everything, but we're going to talk about it anyway. So
it's going to be a blast nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm excited. Best time of the year.
Yeah.
Best time of the year.
Absolutely.
Well, it's up there, certainly. So, now, they've got a number of conferences happening. So we're going to go through the conferences first, and then we'll talk about a few other bits and pieces. So I'm going to start off with Bethesda,
Makes sense.
who are having their conference a little later on today.
Yep, it's their first one as well.
2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, 2:30 in the morning.
So,
And it is Bethesda's first conference. So well done, Bethesda. Congratulations and everything like that. It's fantastic
better late
stuff.
than never.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, they deserve it because they've got some good stuff coming out. So
yeah, I think now they've released... I mean, Fallout was always quite big, but now Elder Scrolls has taken another level. I think they've got enough titles to have their own press conference.
yeah, well, this is what I wanted to talk about now because a couple of weeks ago they released a trailer to Fallout 4.
Early. They could have waited, but they thought, no.
Yeah, it is a bit strange that they chose to release the trailer before E3, but it's certainly got everyone hyped for it. So.
I must admit, I've not actually seen this. Is it like an actual gameplay trailer, or is it like one of these little teaser ones which are also just pre-rendered? And
You know, I'm not seeing the trailer. I've seen the hype because everyone's gone mad for it.
Yeah.
Same here. I've never played the Fallout game, so they're not really my thing. So I never did either.
But this is what I'm thinking now. Elder Scrolls. Now, Elder Scrolls has been about for ages and has been very popular, but Skyrim's really taken it to another level.
Yeah, especially since it. Yeah, I would say so.
Skyrim has got a whole new audience. I mean, what was the fourth one?
There was Morrowind, Morrowind, Oblivion, then Skyrim. So Morrowind
Oblivion
was the third, Oblivion was the fourth. They took a big step, Oblivion.
I mean, I played Oblivion and I enjoyed it, but I hadn't heard of Elder Scrolls, you know, to the extent it wasn't as widely popular until Skyrim came out. And now this company have got a reputation for big, lavish landscapes and very, very high quality graphics.
Yeah, big landscape without any sort of loading times. Like if you see something on the horizon, you can go to it without any stoppages, unless you go into a building.
And a huge, enthusiastic modding community as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they love it.
So what you need...
Majora's Mask mods.
So I can understand why people have gone so mad for Fallout, because Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, very popular.
Yep.
People seem to enjoy them. And now you've got a company that's got a reputation for these big, lavish landscapes, fantastic graphics, and a really committed modding community. You put the two together, and this is going to, well, it's shaping out to look fantastic for them. So
and next gen as well, so graphics and all that will be much better, nicer.
Well, that's one thing I was going to talk about, why this year's E3 is important, because we've been in this new console generation for about 2 years now.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of remastering going on.
Not much has happened in this. It's been a not a very active 2 years on the.
It's been dry.
Yeah, from the PlayStation and Xbox front.
You're a Nintendo Wii U on you.
Wii U's been winning.
Well, do you know what? It's funny because Wii U's first year, everyone was saying there's no games for it, there's no games for it, there's no games for it. Now it seems to be the only next gen console with any decent games for it.
Yeah. So really.
Completely.
So it had a dry first year. So this year, Sony and Microsoft really need to step their game up, and that's why we've got these good titles coming out. We've got Fallout 4.
But I would say PlayStation and Xbox have tried to release games, but they've all been poor. Destiny came out. Some people like it, but for the hype...
That's true, actually.
But that's not Sony and Microsoft. Those are just third-party games that have been coming out.
I know, but when the consoles were announced, they were saying, these are the things that are going to be like the future. These are going to be the best games on this console. And Watch Dogs...
But
they've all been flops so far, yeah.
Yeah,
but
to a degree.
The problem with the likes of, like, say, Destiny and so
Watch
on
Dogs,
has been that they've been sort of current generation and old generation.
I'm really sorry to interrupt there, guys. We are going to come to these titles, Destiny, Watch Dogs, but I want to stay on topic for now. The point I wanted to make was that the only decent game of the only sort of big blockbuster game that I've liked of the PS4 era has been Wolfenstein, which was Bethesda.
Yeah.
So Bethesda have really got a good, strong footholding in this market. They've released Wolfenstein New Order, which was very well received.
Yep, very good. And the DLC's just come out for that.
They've recently released the expansion, the expansion game. Fallout is coming out, and they're also working on Doom. And we're going to be seeing...
All first-person shooters? Well, Skyrim isn't really a shooter, but...
Well, yeah, all first-person games, but Doom, they released. They had a very, very small trailer, but they had a pre-trailer, which was a bit weird.
It was a teaser of a teaser, really.
Yeah. So apparently we're going to be seeing some Doom tonight, which is the thing that I'm looking forward to most. Out of everything that's been announced for this E3, that's the thing I'm looking forward to the most.
They need to bring back the music. The level 1 Master of Puppets kind of...
Well, I wanted to talk about this trailer because
it's Doom to me.
We only saw 2 shots. We saw a little shot of the shotgun and one of the original enemies.
Yeah.
Which has been lavishly remade in 3D and looks fantastic. So I'm hoping that what they've done is they've really scaled it back and they're trying to make something with modern technology that looks a lot like the originals. I'm hoping it's going to be a proper reboot, so they'll have some heavy metal.
Yeah, I don't want big levels in Doom. Like Doom 3 was just one big level, wasn't it, really? Like what I played, it had a few kind of... But I like Doom having short levels.
Sort of like the old school where you had like different episodes.
Yeah.
Exploring different areas, doing different bits.
More episodic, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Having said that, they did... that was only in the first game. When you moved on to Doom 2, it was just a 30-level campaign, so... Could go either way.
They can go. That's it. Guess we'll find out.
But I tell you what, would be interesting when they do release Doom. If they want to do episodes, that'd be a great way of doing DLC. You get your 30-level campaign, and then they could do 9-level DLC
every 6 months or something. Yeah,
I'll be up for that. And again, because
and if it comes out on PC, have a workshop like modding workshop or something.
I was going to say the same thing. That's very interesting because Bethesda, they're very mod friendly.
Yeah, definitely.
And the original Doom, that was renowned for the amount of modding that got done to it.
Well, Brutal Doom is coming out soon, or is already out, and that's a whole modded game.
No, Brutal Doom has been out for ages, but I think they're doing an official release. I think that's the thing.
Okay.
I mean, Brutal Doom has been going for years. I mean, they're up to about version 19 or something. It's always been a public thing. So ever since the source code went public, thank you, ID Software. God bless you. So Bethesda are looking really strong. Now, there was just one other thing that I wanted.
Bethesda's going to make money.
Loads of money.
Yeah.
Loads of money. And they deserve it as well. They're going to take some of mine, I'm telling you.
So Doom is a guaranteed buy for you, no matter what it looks like.
Oh, of course it was. It was always going to be.
Fallout 4. Fallout 4.
I want to play the originals to...
You're going to go back to 3 and see what you think?
I've got 3 up here, which I haven't tried yet. I've got 3 and New Vegas, so I didn't need to play those. But I might get Fallout. It depends. It really depends. It's not high on my list of priorities.
Yeah, I think that's a franchise which I've missed, and I don't know. I could never really get into it. So
it's a guaranteed success already, though. The way people are going for it. I think people are already pre-ordering it on Steam. It's like $80 and stuff.
Yeah,
that's from a trailer.
Yeah, they're the 2 games that are guaranteed being announced at E3. Talking about, they've already said. Well, Fallout 4 has already been announced. They'll go into it a bit more, I'm sure. Doom is guaranteed to be shown at E3.
Yeah. They've said that.
Next one is... The theory is that might get something to do with Elder Scrolls.
Well, yeah, I wanted to talk a little about Elder Scrolls. Do you want to go first? What do you think?
Well, the theory is... Some people have asked for Skyrim 2. I don't want that personally. Unless they expand Skyrim and have a whole new area again. Because that area's been explored, discovered. They say... the storyline could be after the Civil War, the storyline like the aftermath. That could be cool, but they would have done that as DLC if that was the case. I think they'll do another area because each Elder Scrolls game did a different area. They had the Citadel area, they like the capital in one of the games, and they had Morrowind, and now they've got Skyrim. My girlfriend was actually suggesting they could do the. I think they're called the Kiats or something, the cat creatures. I can't even remember their names, actually, it's terrible. But like their area, which is very jungle based, and there's another area which is like deserts. I think they're the red cloaks. I can't even remember the names. It's been a while since I played Skyrim. But so there's a couple of areas they could do. I think jungles would work a bit better than deserts. Deserts could be a bit boring. So there's a lot of things they could do with it. Every 5 years they release an Elder Scrolls game. That tends to be the general kind of pattern, and it's been 4 years since Skyrim. So this is a perfect time for them to announce for next year. I
would actually dispute that. I don't think it is because they've only just released Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, but that's not an Elder. Yeah, that's not strictly a It's an Elder Scrolls thing, but it was a bit different. I suppose you're right.
It's an Elder Scrolls MMO, so I think what they're going to be talking about, they're going to be talking about Skyrim, they're going to be talking about expansion packs, DLC, what's going to be coming out in the online game.
No one's been able to get on the online game from the console release, by the sounds of it. I've seen a lot of things on Reddit and online where they've just been in queues, struggling to get on.
Really?
Once again, we've got that problem.
It's expected on a day of release game that's based on the internet. Same with GTA when that first came out. Oh my god, it was impossible for the first few days. But they really need to get people online. It hasn't really taken off Elder Scrolls Online. I played it a little bit on the PC.
But still, if you think about the effort they must have gone into to get that game just released, they're not going to have had time to make a start on the new...
I mean, it's free to play now, which is good. It's free to play, but you could say they don't have the time to do it, but if they're working all of that on Bethesda, then but they're also doing Doom and Fallout, there's only a certain amount of
There's
stuff
not going to be a new Elder Scrolls announced.
It's just a theory,
I guess we'll find out tonight.
Yeah, they've got a pattern. So.
I reckon give it a year or a couple of years.
I don't want one yet. Anyway, I would want them to announce it next year because I think when you looked at Oblivion to Skyrim, in them 5 years there was a big sort of graphical boost.
Yeah.
Especially when you compare the two games and then Morrowind before that. But I think at the moment, especially due to the mods from Skyrim and things, graphically we haven't come that far since Skyrim.
Unfortunately, it's going to be
Skyrim was so sort of far ahead of everyone else when that first came out. So
I'm going to move on to Microsoft now.
Yep.
Microsoft and the Xbox.
And the old Xbox.
So a few franchises and things that we hope to see, are likely to see. Let's just go through this list here. So a new Halo.
Yeah, obviously we know that's coming. We've only seen teasers so far.
Now you like Halo, don't you, mate?
I think the franchise is pretty good. Kind of unsure how they can move it forward.
Okay.
In terms of bringing in new game mechanics or elements, but I guess we'll find out when Microsoft do their reveal. How the game is actually going to look, how it's going to feel.
When I first got my Xbox 360, I bought 9 games with it.
All Halo.
I got Halo 3 and they had like 2 that
ODST and Halo Wars and
no, it was
Reach.
Halo 1 and 2.
Right.
But they had it for you could play on the 360.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so I had all 3 of them. Really looking forward to playing it. I gave all 3 a go and I really couldn't get into them. And it wound me up because I love sci-fi shooters. They're my sort of games. I love them. Couldn't get into it at all. And I couldn't understand why I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't get into them. But even Halo fans, they... I think some of them have been a bit... feeling like it's peaks and haven't really been enjoying them as much.
That's kind of what I was saying. It's like how do they progress it now?
How do
they make it better than how it is at this point? But we know it's coming. Microsoft have their show on Monday, I think it is.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see.
It's the first one tomorrow morning, actually. So we'll have to see. We'll probably get it about the afternoon sort of time. So, okay. So Halo, Gears of War.
Gears of War, right.
You like Gears of War, don't you?
I do like Gears of War, but I don't have an Xbox One. So that kind of bones me.
Doesn't matter.
I would have been quite happy to finish it on the trilogy. The first 3, they were nice. They were, the story was finished. Then they released the prequel. Was it like a prequel?
Judgment?
Judgment, yeah. By that point, I didn't.
Is it like an what they call it, an interquel or something like that, where it sort of feeds in between?
Oh, it was a story filler.
I think so.
Okay.
I've not actually I played 1 and 2 and 3, but not that one yet.
Yeah, I didn't either. I think I had the PlayStation 4 by that point or something for stopping me getting it. But I'm not against. They're great games. They're good fun games. I think they're a bit repetitive. They're all a bit samey, but they're all good.
It's an easy one for Microsoft. That's the thing. The fan base is there. They need a first party game for the system. Gears of War, get it out there.
Well, the great thing about it, I mean, they all feel like the same game. I could be playing the third one and it could feel like the first one. I could be playing the first one and it could feel like the third one. They all kind of, all the gameplay, it doesn't change, but that's a good thing, I think, because it does feel like the same thing you're playing and it progresses it. So I don't mind, I like that. I don't feel like that's boring because it's always entertained me, but what they can do with the story to make the story part of it gripping, who knows? We're going to find out.
It'll certainly make the Xbox One more appealing.
Yeah, I'll be more likely to...
With Halo and Gears of War, I'll be more tempted to get an Xbox One now.
Yeah.
More than ever.
Yeah. I mean, I think, as I say, we've spoke about this before. I think the PS4 and the Xbox One still haven't got going yet. But maybe when they both get going and there's multiple games that you would want on the console, I think eventually I might get the Xbox One. But I've got the PS4 and the Wii U and the 3DS and my PC. That's plenty for me at the moment. Gears of War isn't just enough for me to fork out the hundreds of pounds to get a new console, but it's a step in the right direction.
Well, that's it.
The only thing I want from the Xbox personally is the control pad, and that is about it. So,
the control pad does look nice.
Yeah. Fable.
I've
not really played this franchise, so I can't really comment too much about it.
I know a bloke who has.
Yo! Fable. I didn't play the first one, actually, because I didn't have the original Xbox.
Doesn't matter.
But Fable 2 I played, thoroughly enjoyed. I got hooks ever since the beginning cutscene where your sister gets punched by the main baddie in the face. That was always entertaining. Knocks her out.
I might have to YouTube that.
Yeah, I think she was like 13 years old or something, and he was like, bang, have some of that. But,
does he actually say it like that? That's some of that.
Well, they're all good. They do have all like British old school accents, actually.
Brilliant.
So I enjoyed Fable 3 as well. That got a bit of criticism because they had a bit of a sort of simulator where you had to raise a certain amount of funding for an army to stop this big invasion from happening, because you end up becoming the king. Well, the first half of the game is you overthrowing your evil brother to become king. Then you're king, and you need to prepare for a war. So you're sort of buying all these properties and renting them out to get gold for your sort of war chest. You're still doing missions as you're still doing that. I quite enjoyed it, actually, because I like them sort of games, but people said that isn't like Fable, and they had problems with it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both of the 2 and 3, so I'm happy for more, to be quite honest.
Well, apparently there's going to be a free-to-play cooperative Fable called Fable Legends. That's what I've heard. So,
Lionhead has been working on it.
Does that sound like something that would appeal to you, Brav?
Free, co-op. Yeah. Is it online co-op?
Presume so.
Yeah. I'm happy. I'll definitely do that. Play with my girlfriend, play with my close friends. Well, it's free to play. I'll play with you guys as well, wouldn't I? So, yeah.
Hey, result, we're in.
You can't moan with that.
Xbox, but, you know.
I'm guessing we'll have some in-game purchases. They wouldn't release a free game without giving money, but like...
There'll be a point where you reach a ceiling where you can't really level up much more, and that's when you're going to start throwing cash.
Yeah, likely.
Okay, so moving on.
Yes.
Rise of Tomb Raider is now going to be Xbox exclusive.
This has really upset me.
I know, mate. I know.
The swines.
The first game was really good.
Outside,
both of you played it.
Yeah, the first game. I don't like any Tomb Raider games when I was younger. There's a lot of games that we talk about that I don't really play. I like.
Well, you like this. Yeah. You like the new one.
But I did give the new one a go. I gave it a go on my PC, and I had a little go of it on the console as well. Really, really good. Really good. Yeah. Graphically very good. Story very good. Gameplay nice and clean.
What I saw of it was quite puzzle orientated, which looked interesting.
Puzzle orientated, yeah. It had a couple of interactive cutscenes, but I think they helped with the cinematic side of it.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so let's talk about Rare.
Yes.
Now, Killer Instinct went down very well last year.
Yep.
For a long time, some of my friends on Twitter were saying it was the best thing that was on the Xbox One. Now, there's rumours that they're going to go back to an IP that they own and make something different.
Yes. Now, I think there's a lot of speculation pointing towards Battletoads.
Well, there have been a few teasers. For example, Battletoads are included as the special boss in Shovel Knight.
Yep.
Now, would Battletoads be like on the eShop and all that kind of stuff? Just like download it?
I'm guessing
it wouldn't be a disc-based game.
Well, Killer Instinct wasn't disc-based.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I don't know if there was any intention of like bringing it out on disc afterwards if it did so well on the download. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to be seeing Battletoads as a downloadable game.
Yeah.
Is it a HD remake or a sequel?
I think brand fresh new game.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Allegedly. But we'll see what happens, because there are other IPs that they could choose from. We could see a new Conker.
Yep.
Because they did re-release Bad Fur Day on the original Xbox.
Yeah. I don't think there's much demand for it, would you say? There's more demand for a Banjo game.
Well, that was something that Dan was discussing earlier, because he said that if Rare were going to bring back any of their old titles, Banjo would be the most logical choice.
Yeah.
However, they didn't do anything with Banjo up until now.
Banjo's the Capcom Mega Man.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And Ukulele has only just been kickstarted.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done really well.
It has. It's got way more investment than they wanted to.
It's approaching the £2 million mark now.
Yeah, it has.
So I think Rare have realised that they've cocked up severely here. But even so, they're not going to have... By the time Ukulele was announced, they're not going to have had enough time to start a game to get it to a point.
Well, I mean, this is all just speculation. I mean, For all we know,
my prediction is it's going to be Battletoads or something along them lines. Yeah, nearly £2 million.
1.9, and they wanted 175,000. So this game should be quite polished.
Yes.
We should have announced it.
Yes.
Anyway, come on, let's face it. For £2 million, I could have made that. Right. Okay. So, we're going to see Battletoads or something along them lines this year.
Yep.
But I think it is we're going to see Banjo come back because of this. Either
What,
next
is it
year,
rival?
next year or the year after, Banjo is going to get.
I'm not sure if it'll be a rival. I mean, because a lot of the people that are making this game are ex-Rare staff, so there'll probably be some sort of.
Come on.
Well,
do you think Microsoft are going to look at that Kickstarter and think, no, there's no need to bring Banjo back?
Yeah. Well, as long as anything brings back Banjo, I don't mind. But this ukulele game is fantastic as well.
A proper Banjo. Nuts and Bolts was fine. But
I like Nuts and Bolts.
But we need a proper Banjo.
We're the only two in the people in the world that like Nuts and Bolts, but we like it really. Yeah, I think it's time for a Banjo 3.
Okay, well that's Microsoft in a nutshell. So I'm going to move on to EA. Lads, your predictions for EA?
FIFA 16.
FIFA 16.
Done. Let's press on. Sorry, carry on.
Next Madden. They'll be their big. I think they'll talk about that more than FIFA, to be honest. Actually,
well,
Madden
given everything that's been going on with FIFA at the moment, do you reckon they're probably going to keep that to the sideline now, or?
Nah, I know they're both the same word, FIFA, but they're just it's basically football and then the company. You know,
people want it. People want that game.
Yeah.
FIFA they'll announce Madden, NBA Live. That'll be the
all the
three
usual
main
suspects.
key sport ones.
And something I think that EA should do with their sports games is scrap the physical copies.
Yes, no, because
the amount of cases we've got: FIFA 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm thinking.
Apart from that,
usually, I'm a big, I really do like physical copies. But the thing about sports games are they've
got a year lifeline.
Yeah, they've got a year lifeline, and usually, in most cases, if it was a brand new build on a brand new engine, then maybe it warrants a physical copy. But usually, it's just an update. Usually, they're using the same engine. They update the roster, they update the sponsors, maybe introduce a few new controls, a few new mechanics. There's not enough distinguish between them, and if you go into CEX or any second-hand store or a pawn shop or a charity store
for like a 2-year-old game,
you know they've got 30 copies of FIFA 07 at 10 pence each. They could get rid of all of that.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
It may make sense, yeah.
And I was thinking, the idea of a season pass, you can purchase a season ticket for a football season.
Yeah. Well, it kind of like suits both parties here because it means EA wouldn't have to keep releasing new games every year, and the costs that come with producing cases and discs and putting it out there, it would reduce the cost for consumers because then you would be having to pay £50-60 for a new game. But instead, do like a season pass, which might be like 10-15 quid.
And I was thinking
it would be fine if this wasn't EA we were talking about.
Well,
who love a bit of money. They'll do as much as they can to maximise the money. No doubt.
But think about it, they could still, for a season pass, they could still charge the same amount as a retail game. Let's say it's, what was it, $39.99 for a new FIFA?
Yeah.
$49.99?
Yeah.
They'd make a 1-year season pass at that price, and then they cut out the retailer.
Yeah, if it's the same price and then people buy it for the same, then it's fine, it doesn't matter. But they lie on it and say all these new features and it's virtually the same game. I think it makes sense to do it that way. Just 40 quid game, download it, and then you can delete it afterwards, save your memory and save a stupid hard copy because no one plays the game after a year anyway.
Yeah.
One thing I would say with the old FIFA is what they NBA 2K do this. They have classic teams, famous teams from years ago. You can actually be and select. I don't know why people don't do that. People might want to be sort of the Invincibles Arsenal team or the 99 Old Trafford Man United triple winning team or an old Barcelona team. They should have a few classic teams. A lot of people, I think that's something relevant that they can add in because normally when they say new features, it's enhanced gameplay, more realism and all that kind of stuff. But it's virtually the same game. If they include classic teams, that'd be really cool.
I think at the very least what FIFA should do with all their sports games is introduce a recycling program because I think what people should do is they should have retailers like GameStop and things like that. They should have a scheme where if you take back your old copy, your previous copy to trade in to get the new copy, instead of actually reselling it, they send it back to EA and they can recycle the discs.
Yeah.
Because they are just saturated everywhere.
Yeah.
It's no good.
It makes sense, but again, like you say, this is
maybe keep a couple of the last year one,
Yeah, but anything a previous year, there's no need for it to be out.
After having 5 in the shop, that's all you need.
They can't sell them. If it's on the shelf for 25 pence, you can't give it away.
Yeah.
Recycle it, get rid of it.
Yeah. You
need the shelf space for good games that people want to buy. Okay, so Battlefield 5.
Yep. It's a modern day military shooter.
Battlefront is a different kettle of fish.
Yes.
So, now I've not bought any of the more recent Star Wars games.
It is the perfect time to make a Star Wars game, though, isn't it?
Well, the film's coming out
in December.
Now, who played the original Battlefront?
I have to say, not me.
I had it on the PS Vita. Not the Vita. What's the one before?
PSP.
PSP. Yeah. So I had it on the PSP.
You had a PSP?
Yeah, for a little while. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, for a little while.
Okay, fair enough.
And it was. I enjoyed it on the PSP. It was good fun, but unfortunately, I played it a little bit on the consoles. But it's sort of my friend had it, so I went around his house, played it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not really. Didn't play that much, but good game. I enjoyed it. I was always more of a rogue leader, Rogue Squadron, Rebel Strike, Star Wars flying.
No, see, I would like to see them release another one of those games.
Oh man, that in HD or just a new one.
Just a new one.
That'd be brilliant, actually, if they incorporated some new things from the new movies as well, because it still has some of the old trilogy feel. We'll still have the Falcon and all that kind of things, but just new landscapes and levels. Oh, it'd be beautiful.
Well, they'll be releasing Star Wars games for years to come, so that will come once the new film's out in Christmas.
Okay, cool.
That'd be cool.
Just a few titles I'm going to go through quickly for EA. Now, they've been working on a second Mirror's Edge game for a while.
Yeah.
It's been rumoured for a couple of years, and it's been in very different stages of development.
That's a game I've played.
Yeah, it is a game you play. Now, apparently it's been given a new title, and apparently it's going to be a prequel. So we're expecting to see some Mirror's Edge.
That makes a bit more sense, because I think that with the story, you kind of,
don't want to spoil nothing here.
Yeah, don't want to spoil, but kind of... Well, I thought
a prequel makes sense.
A prequel will make a bit more sense.
Okay. Cool. Mass Effect 4.
Mass Effect 4. I played the trilogy. I really, really love the trilogy. Now, that's a game...
At the moment.
When I first bought Halo, I thought it would be sort of a bit more Mass Effect-y with the kind of the storyline, because I knew nothing about it.
Mass Effect fulfilled what you wanted in Halo.
Yeah. Okay,
cool.
I want more of it. I love it. I love Mass Effect.
Now, do you think with Mass Effect 4 they'll carry on? Because one of the features of Mass Effect 3 was that the choices you made throughout the series would have an impact on the future games. Mm-hmm. That was its key.
Well, I'm in the process of playing the trilogy at the moment, but was the series sort of rounded off, or was it left open, or?
It was rounded off, I would say.
Okay, so maybe they can start from afresh. Maybe just be like a new trilogy, perhaps.
Difficult to talk about it because I don't want to say spoilers.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. I enjoyed it. They'll probably look to do something different with the fourth one.
Okay.
I think choices would be important because that's the whole point of Mass Effect. That's why everyone liked it as a niche, because the choices and the characters that you make certain choices, certain characters will do certain things, allies and villains and.
So you don't think there'll be some feature of carrying over your Mass Effect 3 save file at all?
No, I don't think so.
You think it'll start fresh?
Personally,
it's a new console generation, isn't it? If it starts on
Xbox One, we'll start from the beginning.
Fair enough.
So
that's our prediction.
Because then maybe it'll open up for new players as well who've maybe not played the previous trilogy.
Yeah.
And Need for Speed.
Yes.
Of course, they own Need for Speed.
They did a little teaser.
Okay.
It looked very. Oh, go on.
No, after you.
I was going to say because I played more Need for Speed than you, I would say.
Yeah, you probably have. Yeah. On the grounds that I haven't played any, I'm guessing you probably have. So. I might have played it for like 30 minutes.
The things that everyone wants for Need for Speed, a bit more like the old Underground games, and definitely like Most Wanted. Most Wanted was the first game after the Underground ones, I think it was.
Well, do you know what? It's funny you should say that, because I was listening to a podcast of a guy I like, and he was saying that...
Give him a plug. You can say his name if you want.
I was watching Main Event AKA, who's fantastic, and I'll leave a link to his channel in the info bar. He does sports videos as well as gaming videos, and he's big in the fighting game community as well. So he's great to watch. I'll stick his link down there. But he was talking about Need for Speed. He was talking about EA, and he was talking about how if you want to bring Need for Speed back and make it the way the fans want it, they've got to bring it back the police chases.
Yeah.
And I think that was Most Wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah. The cinematic cutting, the sort of the green screens with the actual actors.
Yeah.
I love that. That was really, really good. Also, one of the actors in one of the movies, the games rather, like the movie cutscenes.
Carry on.
one of the actors who you'd think they just get some Z-list actors. One of them ended up going into Battlestar Galactica TV series, and now he's in a few other things and movies here and there. So he's doing quite well for himself.
God bless him.
But I really enjoyed the sort of green screen cutscenes, and
I think Joe was the last few Need for Speeds have been quite samey. I think really news being brought to the table, but they do need to bring back sort of modding, being able to sort of like just deck out your cars.
Yeah, modding is great. The thing that I particularly don't like about the new ones is no one street races in Bugatti Veyrons. No one street races in.
And this is what I'm talking about the modding. You know, so you start off with you get a GTR and then you
Ford Escort.
Yeah.
You know, or a little Fiat Panda, and you just go on from there. And then the best card you could get is maybe like a Porsche 911 or something.
I don't think they're making Need for Speed Essex, but
no, but that's what the underground games were. You could get a Ford Escort Cosworth and things like that, and they were pretty rapid. So
I've overlooked this. I didn't get this one.
Yeah,
I like the best car you could get was like a BMW or Porsche, but that should be right at the end, like virtually last level. If you get, I think the first car I bought, apart from the starting one in one of the games, was one of the fastest cars in the game. You should get straight away. It kills it.
Yeah.
Fair dues.
Well, we can only hope.
Okay, well, does anyone else want to add anything to EA?
Just about the sport, sort out the servers. The servers.
That's not a bad idea.
They're getting a bit of dust in them. Getting a bit of dust.
They need a can of compressed air.
It's still running Windows 95.
Brilliant.
No, it's on Vista, that's why.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so's my computer.
Oh.
Apparently the EA server is actually in that somewhere.
Oh.
That's why no one can get on this, because I've turned it off.
Ah, right.
Okay.
Moving on.
So, Ubisoft.
Yep.
Is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
Well, I say Ubisoft, but tomato.
I say Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of mix it up a bit now, I think, now and again.
The French one.
Okay.
Well, off the bat, Assassin's Creed.
They're going to be bringing out Syndicate.
Yes.
So presumably there'll be some trailers.
Yeah.
It's set in England.
Yeah, I hope I'm in it, but that's going to be fantastic.
Bad time, I've been wanting that for ages.
Wasn't this predicted when they saying that, England will be the next one after they did Paris?
Well, I was hoping so. Did they do Paris? Oh, yeah, they did do Paris, yeah. I've got that game, I should play it, really.
Well, I think everyone got that game, they just didn't play it because it was broken as shit. But,
I've heard it's been patched and things, but I do need to actually put it in my console.
Well, one thing that's come up, somewhat I heard Yahtzee Kershaw talking about, what's a good period in history for Britain? Because there's been no real civil wars.
Well, Industrial Revolution makes sense, and I would have gone for a more Jack the Ripper kind of.
Do you know what? They brought that up, actually.
Yeah. But I like the fact that, obviously, now we're getting into more modern day times, like not like the 15th century.
Yeah.
You can't walk about with a sword as you're going about the streets. So he's got it in his cane, and whenever he needs to, he pulls it out of his cane.
Do you reckon that was
pretty cool, I thought. So that's already a nice little touch.
I want this now.
Yeah, that's already a nice touch.
And he's got a top hat, hasn't he, or something?
Yeah, you're walking about all, proper gentleman-like. I turned into the Hitcher from the Mighty Boosh then.
Yeah, you did, yeah. So how's somebody, gentleman-like with a top hat and a cane, going to run up walls and climb over? Do you know what? I'm not going to predict what...
He can run up walls with a big sword in it. It's Kane's sort of same thing.
Let's buy it and see what happens, yeah? Okay, so Assassin's Creed, I'm going to sum it up. London looks really interesting. The game's more than likely going to come out broken as hell. So, yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Moving on.
But do you know what? Actually,
I'm looking forward to it.
Off topic, semi-off topic, in Ubisoft's defence, I don't know if you've heard about this, if there's been a bit of drama.
Oh.
Have you heard of Kotaku?
Yep.
The big gaming news site.
No.
Well, apparently Ubisoft has not invited Kotaku to their conference.
How rude.
Well, no, apparently there's been rumours as to why this has been, but these are only rumours. Kotaku keep on leaking Ubisoft's material.
Fair enough then, can't blame them.
And somebody actually pointed out that they actually... what was the previous Assassin's Creed? The one that came out broken as hell?
Unity.
Yeah,
Unity. Apparently they leaked Unity a good couple of years before the
Don't
release.
invite them then, fair enough.
Well, no, apparently they were saying maybe because it had already been leaked was part of the reason that it was rushed to get out in the state that it was.
I doubt it. I think they just want to bash out one a year, and they've rebuilt a whole engine for that game. So you can't rebuild a whole engine in a year,
No, that's true.
I think that's what it is.
Well, hopefully it's going to be more stable than the previous one. But, good on you, Ubisoft, for kicking out the troublemakers. So,
I mean, Unity went back to what the older Assassin's Creed feel, and I think people were disappointed because they got so used to Black Flag.
Okay, around the pirate ships.
In pirate ships, and then it got away from that. People were a bit.
That did look brilliant, that game.
Yeah, I love Black
game.
Flag is one of the best games I've played in a long time. So.
Well, at least in this new one, you probably go on barges on the River Thames. Not quite the same thing,
cool,
but you know.
See all the dead bodies.
Okay, so I want to talk about something here. I want to move on to Far Cry.
Yep.
Now, we've had Far Cry 3... We've had Far Cry 3 and 4 in quite quick succession. But what I was thinking yesterday, what I'd like to see announced, Blood Dragon 2.
Oh, I wouldn't be mad.
That'd be nice,
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
it?
be mad. But they shouldn't do an 80s film. They should do like
90s?
a 90s TV cop drama film. Like a Cagney and
yes.
Lacey kind of.
Or Kenny later on 90, but I know what you mean, yeah. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Well, like Starsky and Hutch 70s cop one then, maybe, or something like that.
Well, I was thinking, if they don't do Blood Dragon 2, just make another really interesting, nichey first-person shooter using the Far Cry 4 engine. Something a bit mental.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Have some fun, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy it.
Was
Yeah.
having fun, wasn't it?
So that's what I would like to see personally. Now, I've noted down a few titles at Ubisoft. Now, there's been no confirmation. I just wanted to chuck a few names out and see what you think. Rayman.
Rayman Legends 2, I would buy for Wii U immediately. Playing it at the moment, completed all the Legend side with all the collectibles, everything maxed out. On the last Origin levels, need 100 more, not lums, what are they? Tweenies.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
The
It's been a while since I played it, but
yeah.
I mean.
Need just 100 more of them before I get all 700. Loving the game, really good fun, really polished controls and everything. So I want a Rayman Legends 2. And it was about, 2 years ago, 2013 that came out?
I think
it was 2013.
Well, do another
it was
Rayman.
supposed to be a launch title for the Wii U, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was 2013.
And Rayman comes out. They're quite frequent, the games. So I think we're due one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The thing is, I think Legends was so good. Maybe they should just let it resonate for a bit and not rush into a new one. But I don't know. So
Possibly. But I think they don't even need to rebuild an engine or nothing. Just do more levels.
Yeah.
Give us DLC then. Rayman Legends DLC. Give us another 300 to collect.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Any thoughts, mate?
I agree. I mean, I would not complain if they released another Rayman game. Legends was brilliant. So was Origins.
3D or a 2D platform?
No, keep the 2D feel.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It works.
I mean, I suppose they could attempt to try and do Rayman in 3D again, but...
Do you know what? I don't think this will happen, but this is just my personal Rayman power fantasy. Wouldn't it be lovely if they decided to release a Rayman game which was just music levels?
That would be sweet.
I love the music.
Those are fantastic.
Great.
The music levels were my favourite part. Could you imagine
maybe too much of them might get a bit...
Possibly, yeah. We think of Guitar Hero and DJ Hero when they've got a big playlist of good tracks.
I was about to say, they could do it says you can play this game with a guitar as a control. It'd be quite good if them games you could. Someone needs to be playing the music for you to progress through the level. If you don't get the right notes, it doesn't generate the next part of the level.
Ubisoft, I really hope you're listening to this.
Yeah, that's actually good.
We're printing money for you right here. Okay.
So yeah, Rayman DLC possibly or Rayman Legends 2. I think it should stick to 2D, definitely.
Yeah.
I vouch for that.
Probably
Yeah.
well.
Cool. So, Beyond Good and Evil.
Yes. Now this is a title I actually missed back in the day, so.
It looked like a really nice game. Had a bit of a Zelda feel to it. I'm sure a lot of people have made that comparison before.
Well, what I was going to say was they did make a HD remaster in the last console generation. Now, you don't do that with a game that people aren't interested in or people don't care about. It needs some effort to go to a HD remake. So possibly a new instalment to the series.
I think it feels like a bit like Mirror's Edge in the sense that a lot of people that liked the game liked it, but not enough people have quite played it enough to have a massive...
It's not a huge name, no.
Like Half-Life 3, everyone goes on about, and everyone wants to, a lot of people say about Banjo, but Beyond Good and Evil, Mirror's Edge, there's a little bit of a... Can we have this game, but not enough to force people to play it? Same with Majora's Mask on the 3DS. People were hounding Nintendo for that. Nintendo of America even made jokes about it, didn't they? Because it got so much.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's got a huge cult following, but obviously the general...
It's still only a cult. It hasn't got enough.
Okay, gents, let's move on to Sony.
Yes.
Now, we're going to start off with one of their big brands, Uncharted.
Yep.
People are excited for Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4, A Thief's End.
Yeah. So we're going to be hopefully seeing some more footage of this. It's almost a guarantee, actually. And they are bringing out the Nathan Drake collection. So as well as bringing out number 4, they're also re-releasing 1 to 3.
Yep.
Was this good marketing?
Hell yeah.
I suppose if you're going to do that at any point, it might as well before you release a new game.
Yeah.
So anyone who may have missed the PS3 era gets a chance to replay it.
But you don't want to flood the market though, a bit close together.
No.
When's the 4th one coming out?
I
Have
think
you got a release date?
I think it's sometime 2016.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
If
it's 2016, then that's not flooding the market. That gives enough people a chance to play the original trilogy.
I don't have a problem with it.
What's clever about Uncharted 3 is a lot of people that own PS4s now include people that own 360s in the previous generation. This actually gives people a chance.
Yeah, look, I am that market.
Yeah, exactly.
I had the Xbox 360. Loads of people said about how good Uncharted was, and that was the only game really on the PS3 I wanted. And that's part of the reason why I picked PS5 or Xbox 360. I thought, they must make a HD remake of that. Same with The Last of Us. They were the two that I kind of wanted HD remakes of. They've done that. So I can play these games and see how good they are, and play them before as well.
Right, now, Gods of War.
Yep.
God of War, isn't it?
God of War, yeah, sorry. A popular franchise. Now, the thing about God of War, I've been warming to God of War, and there's been a lot of times I've picked up God of War in the stores and thinking, do you know what, I'm going to buy it. I never do. There's always something I don't like about it. It's a second-hand copy. It's a bit scuffed. Maybe I want to get it new and fresh. I haven't jumped on the God of War bandwagon yet, but it really does appeal to me. And the more I see of it, the more I want to play it. And I do believe they're remastering God of War 3, which apparently is the most critically acclaimed one. So PS4 is getting a God of 3.
It's a bit weird that they're releasing the third one, not the first two. Because the third
They've
one
already done that. The first two are on PS2. They got a HD collection on the PS3.
But what about for PS4 users?
Because here's the trouble I had again. This is another franchise I've not played.
Yeah.
Well, 3, from what I've seen of it, 3 looks really, really good. Blisteringly good, in fact. And the fact they're bringing out remaster really appeals to me.
Maybe it doesn't need it. Or, another one of my gem ideas, maybe instead of bringing out the first two, if they're bringing out God of War 3 remastered, maybe give an extra 3-hour prelude, a new little thing, just to recap certain parts of the first two, and then it goes into the actual game 3 again. Possibly.
Not
a bad idea.
Or what they might do, just to completely circumnavigate that, is just have like a 2-minute cutscene at the beginning, which just walks you through the main points of...
Yeah, do a simpler idea. Oh. Be clever.
Well, producing a 3-hour prelude game, that's going to cost
It's a lot
money.
of effort, yeah.
No, it's a lot of effort to spend that.
Your idea actually makes more sense as well.
Or just stick the first two on the PlayStation Network.
Do that.
Or just go and buy the games,
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so Gods of War 3 Remastered is coming out, and possibly a new game?
Yep.
I think if they're re-releasing 3, I think they'll do that and then wait a while and then they'll announce if they're going to do a 4th.
They haven't done that with the Uncharted game, so get some interest in the new game that's coming out. Re-release the previous one.
Possibly. I could be wrong.
So you could be like a double barrel thing. It's like we're doing this, and we've got the new
game.
Wait,
there's more.
It would be nice. It would be nice to see a new one. Personally, for me, because I haven't played the previous ones yet, I'm in no rush for a new one. But I am happy that they're re-releasing number 3. Street Fighter 5. Now, Microsoft have got the new Tomb Raider. Sony have got Street Fighter 5. So, any thoughts? Because that's going to be a Sony exclusive.
It's a bit of a strange one, how that's become a console exclusive, how they wangled that one.
Well, Street Fighter 5 is a console exclusive?
Yeah, apparently.
Meh.
To be perfectly honest...
Unfortunately, I loved 4, but then they had about 18 versions of 4.
Well, I've still got 17 versions of that to play, so I'm in no rush for Street Fighter 5.
So, and it looks so similar. In fact, part of the graphics I don't like. I actually prefer Street Fighter 4 graphics sometimes. So
yeah.
I don't think I think I'll miss this one. I mean, I've got Mortal Kombat X, I've got Street Fighter to play.
It'll be very interesting to see how the fighting game community, because they have their tournaments and things. If 4's still going to be the popular one after 5's released, it's going to be interesting to see what the tournament organisers do. Because obviously they want to stick with the popular games that people are going to be involved in.
Well, Turbo's only just come out, hasn't it?
Ultra. Yeah.
No, Turbo will be the next one.
Yeah.
Ultra Turbo.
Okay. So...
I just find it fascinating how they've managed to wangle that one. I mean, was Sony desperate for a dedicated exclusive fighting game?
But if Sony want an exclusive, why Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Why a game that we've already had 18 versions of in the last 2 years?
Because it was probably cheaper to get the exclusive version of it.
But
I don't think Street Fighter's weird. They shouldn't have been an exclusive anyway. It's odd. It's very odd. Just everything about it.
You say the same thing about Tomb Raider, though.
Well, I can kind of understand why Microsoft done that because they need something to combat Uncharted.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense, I suppose.
you know, I can kind of see why they've done it with that one.
Anyway, my advice: get Dead or Alive. Bigger tits.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right.
Do you
So
increase the bounciness or no?
on the first one, I would. Yeah. I'm going to talk about Morpheus.
Yes.
I think that's probably a dead set. We're going to see some Morpheus tomorrow, aren't we?
Well, I believe the news is it will be coming out next year now because I think Oculus is meant to be coming out sometime in 2016 as well. So I see Sony wanting to keep up with that.
Yeah.
in that
It's all a case of I believe.
Be good.
It's all a case of I believe it when I see it. And you mentioned the possibility of maybe a slim console.
Well, no, I was just saying. Now the consoles are a couple of years old. Are we now getting into the territory where we can start seeing slim versions? I mean, the Xbox needs one. That thing is tonking huge.
Yeah, maybe a different colour or a
Well,
bigger hard drive.
They have been doing.
Oh,
They have been doing sort of like Batman limited editions and so on.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That Batman edition does look sweet.
it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
But I think they're approaching the time now where we're going to start seeing the next iteration of PS4s and Xbox Ones, like the slim versions.
Well, what Microsoft can do now is they can take out, go into the machine, they can take out all of that streaming TV, take out all of that DRM, all that shit that they put in there originally,
which no one wants to use.
which no one wanted, which they've all abandoned, all the the mandatory connects, that can all come out, right? I reckon they can get it down to the size of a matchbox and
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
So it makes sense.
Nintendo. Okay, so
Yes.
I'm going to talk about some games that have already been released that we think we're going to get some updates for. So
Yes.
the main 3 games that have been released that get updated. There is Mario Kart, Smash, Splatoon.
Yes. Now,
Okay.
obviously, Splatoon's their newest game released recently.
I think we're guaranteed a new map by the end of their press conference.
Yeah.
It will be like, and after this direct, we're going to get a new map, new weapons.
Super Nintendo Super Scope. I want that.
Ah, good
yes,
call.
that's definitely going to happen, I think.
Yeah, we'll have some of that.
And maybe a new mode.
That's they need a new mode.
Yeah.
Capture the flag or something.
I think
Yeah,
the one thing
King
they
of the
really
Hill.
need to do in that game, more than anything, is remove that restriction on the level cycles. Why you only get 2 maps
Yeah.
for 4 hours.
Or at least not half the amount of waiting time.
And could they
Instead of 4 hours, 2 hours.
And could they sort it
Something.
out? Get some clans going so you can actually choose your team, so you're not playing against your mates every other.
I think clans are supposed to be coming at some point.
Right
It's an update they confirmed that they'll be doing.
now will be the time.
I always
to do
want to be
that.
on
That'd
your
be
team. I
fantastic.
don't necessarily always want to go against you. That's all. On Splatoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But
Yeah. You
So-
should just have the choice, simple as.
there'll definitely be some Splatoon update.
Yep.
Definitely be some Smash Brothers update. Obviously, we know that Ryu's going to be appearing in it now.
Do we? That's a rumour, isn't it?
No.
No.
Screenshots and all sorts of been
Loads
confirmed.
of too much info.
The game's been data mined and they found
They've
music and levels and all sorts.
They've
in there
released
and-
Really?
they released sound bites of all these sound effects as well. So
it's like the worst kept secret in gaming at the moment.
yeah, and I think it was.
All the best wind up ever.
I don't know if it was an official account, but it was like at Nintendo Florida. I think they messaged someone saying, "Yeah, don't go on about these spoilers, please," because it was Ryu and Roy from Fire Emblem. I think he's making a return.
Yeah.
So, which I'm happy. I like both characters. They're going to be good fun to play.
Well, I'll tell you what. I haven't got
versus,
Smash Brothers
Little
yet, but if I know Ryu's coming into it, I'm tempted now. So
I get it. We have a bash.
I'm
Bash
waiting.
a smash.
I'm waiting for Shantae, but we'll see.
Well, that's another thing.
and,
'Cause, did we establish when that bandit's supposed to be finishing?
No, I couldn't get it up. But I think it's September.
Okay.
The game's finishing.
'Cause I was
Still
thinking,
time.
I was thinking maybe we might see results or preliminary results, perhaps. Or could they do this in waves? So they'll have like a list of the players that people want. So they might go, right, okay, we'll do the first top 3 and then the next 3 after that, and then
Do you know what? I'd like to see that. I'd really
I would
like
like
to see
So-
to do the top 3 and maybe like 1 or 2 that might not got a lot of votes, but they think they can work with quite well.
sure,
So have 5 altogether or something.
something like that. So maybe we can get some now and then some later on down the line.
I want
Perhaps.
Sparkster. I voted for Sparkster.
I'll guarantee to buy a Smash if they can give me Shovel Knight and Shantae. If they can give me both
I
of
think
them.
Shovel Knight's a high probability.
That's-
Because even the developer tweeted, didn't he? Said he'd be perfectly fine with it, didn't he? So
Yeah,
Well, they've
we
still
can
got...
spend hours on this conversation though.
yeah,
And,
we did. We did.
Yeah, we did, yeah. And if they do bring out Shovel Knight and Shantae, some amiibos. Can I have some
Some
amiibos?
amiibos,
Have
yeah.
you got your
Oh,
amigos?
Shovel Knight amiibo would be quite nice.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
nice.
Some
Okay.
amiibos. My first amiibo will be the Yoshi one at Yoshi's Woolly World.
That would be nice. Mario Kart, some new tracks.
I assume we'll probably see some null So whether they did Pack A and Pack B, we'll probably get like Pack C, Pack D,
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like that. So
Now's the time to announce it, if any.
yeah,
So we've had an F-Zero one, we had a Zelda one.
when it was
A Woolly World one.
It was a Zelda pack.
The Yoshi one would be nice.
Yeah.
I tell you what they could do. You know the Yoshi game they had on the SNES, which was like cartoon drawn, cell shaded.
Yeah.
Have a track like that.
Metroid pack.
Well, I was thinking like a
bloody
Woolly
hell.
one to be appropriate, like updated, like a woolly kind of map thing.
I suppose so.
That'd be quite good because you know, like them big straw bridges, a bit like the one in Temple of Doom in Indiana Jones, and
Yeah,
they could make it like that, but in yarn.
just out of mesh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it could be quite good.
cool.
The Yoshi one, we've done F-Zero, haven't we? And could do another Zelda and another F-Zero one, to be honest.
Do the Metroid pack.
They've got enough. I mean, ooh, a lot of lava, you have to
So,
jump over
and
things.
one of the carts could be like a hunter ship. Drive around in that. It's 0G.
This guy. Right.
Okay, so update said that taken care of. Hyrule Warriors is coming to 3DS. We know.
Yep, that surprised me.
Sorry, one more.
Oh, one more. Yep, one more.
Possibly Star Fox one.
Ah,
Arwing cart.
no, that's not a bad idea. Oh no, Landmaster.
Landmaster.
Okay, so Hyrule Warriors we know is coming out to
Yeah.
the 3DS.
That blindsided me. I did not see that happening.
I didn't see it coming. Do you think they're going to be? Do you think it's going to be able to perform to the extent the Wii U does?
From what I understand, it's essentially a game that's on the Wii U, but obviously it's going to be very dumbed down in graphics wise.
I was going to say they're going to have to scale it back, surely.
Yeah, I mean, It looks good from what I've seen, but it obviously,
Is it going to have the processing power? Because they have a lot of baddies on screen at one time.
But it depends. Obviously, I think the range that you can probably see will probably be.
And Smash Bros 3DS, that was scaled down a little bit. You know, it's possible. Is it literally a remake or is it just new levels in the 3DS version?
I think it would literally be like a carbon copy, but with the DLC levels that came out on the Wii U on the 3DS. But obviously, it'd just be scaled down.
I think that game is based for a console. I don't think I'll be getting that for 3DS. Same with Smash Brothers. I waited for the console version.
I've got the 3DS one, and that game is pretty good as well.
Can I just say one benefit of this? There are more 3DS owners than there are Wii U owners. So it does bring the game out to a new scope of people.
Yeah.
The reason you're not getting it is because you've got the Wii U. If you didn't have the Wii U...
It'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll have to see what kind of comes with that because I might be tempted to get it, even though I've got the Wii U version. I might have to get that.
Cool.
But we'll see.
Star Fox, mate, spill your guts, mate.
Dying for footage for this game. Since they semi kind of half-assed announced it last year, every direct...
It was weird why they did that as well, wasn't it?
It's like...
They're like, it might be in the background. Oh, yeah, it's happening. Right, moving on.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. All we saw was like one image of him playing it in that booth, and it was just like...
But that's another thing. It's sort of like I feel like they don't want to make it. So will they do a good job of it? They have to do a good job of it.
I think they didn't want to announce it last year, but very last second because of there must be a lot of pressure from people who want to see this game.
Yeah.
They thought, right,
Maybe
let's just kind of put something out
and
there.
think there wasn't enough announcements, so they thought throw in that as well. Maybe
But then even in the direct, in that little cartoon section they did, when Reggie melted someone with his eye, when someone raised Star Fox, they kind of had it in mind then. So I don't know, I really can't understand what their thought process was at the time. But either way, every direct since then I've been waiting for some sort of gameplay footage.
Really reluctant.
Do they think they can't? They've tried before and they haven't made a fun enough game. And they
I just don't think they've looked at it since.
Well, I think the sales figures for Star Fox Assault that tanked, didn't it?
I can't recall, to be honest. I don't think it was a bad game. I just didn't like the foot-based missions.
Well, no. The game was good. What I'm saying is sales figures. I mean, everyone owns a copy of the original Star Fox. Everyone owns Star Fox 64. More copies of... I've seen more copies of Star Fox Adventure sold than Star Fox Assault.
I suppose they lost at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm pleased that they finally brought this back.
Yeah. The point is, they've had a year to work on it now.
Yeah. They have to show some footage.
The Star Fox, how I would want them to do multiple routes, just like in Star Fox 64.
I think that would be pretty much a given.
Yeah.
Multiplayer.
They'll be hurting themselves.
Multiplayer. I know multiplayer. I think.
But you could do team-based ones, so you could have like Star Fox versus Star Wolf.
Oh, beautiful.
How brilliant would that be?
Beautiful.
4-on-4. They've already got the concept from Splatoon, so they can do it.
A lot of people have been criticising the Splatoon servers. I've never had a problem with it. Like now and again, there's the odd thing which will mess you about, but as far as reliability goes,
be my router. So, but when I'm actually on, I've got a stable connection.
I think they're pretty stable if you compare it to lots of other similar games of the genre.
I think a few other countries
online games don't have 100% stable servers all the time. But
I haven't had any problems with it, and if Star Fox is just as reliable as that,
but then saying that, I doubt there'll be more people on Star Fox multiplayer than say Splatoon. So, I'd love to see a multiplayer, co-op multiplayer. It's just some idea. I mean, yeah. Main thing is I just cannot wait to see what they're finally bringing to the table.
You're setting yourself up for a fall. You've got some good ideas there, and I'm hoping that this lives up.
I know most of this is probably just stuff that I'm dreaming and it's never going to happen, but as long as the single player is like solid and it's got some sort of multiplayer,
but it has the potential to be just as strong as so many other of their franchises.
Yeah.
They could, and I don't think
it depends how much they've rushed this.
And I don't think they particularly need to take a lot of time to make them. The levels tend to be quite short, lots of different routes. They could, I'm not saying they should, but they could bash out one every year or one every couple of years.
If they wanted to.
Yeah, if they wanted to, they could do it.
Well, if they do a really good job on the first one, so they've got a really good engine.
Yeah.
Could they produce or provide DLC in this game, perhaps?
I don't think DLC would be a great idea because it's the idea of Star Fox is meant to be a game you can beat in an hour. So if you add some additional levels, how would it?
Maybe multiplayer. How do
you segue that in?
Multiplayer DLC, I think.
I prefer your idea of them making one game, having a good engine, and then 2 years later a whole new campaign.
Yeah,
that'd be the way I'd do it.
I agree.
I wouldn't complain either way. Just bring it back, loud and proud, and
have a ranking leaderboard as well.
Online, definitely, yeah.
Because you loved a bit of leaderboard, didn't you?
Oh God.
Now, we're going to move on a little bit.
Yes.
Legend of Zelda. Now, apparently this game has been delayed.
It's from what Nintendo said before, they said because it's delayed to 2016 now, we're not going to see anything of Zelda in this E3. I think they're lying. I think we'll see something. I reckon it maybe just be another 30-second clip or video. Or they'll give us some information. It won't be loads.
They said that this E3...
A title. I think they'll give us a title.
Probably.
Okay, so a few other bits and pieces. We know that they're bringing Nintendo World Championships, and
the trophy looks very nice. Images of that has been released.
I've not seen that yet.
It's like a gold Mario.
Oh, brilliant! What gold amiibo?
It's a massive amiibo.
It's that big, yeah.
You put it on top of your Wii U and it breaks it. But poof! Yeah. Do you think we may see a new F-Zero?
I've still got that bet with you. I still think we're going to see an F-Zero game.
We did do a bet, didn't we? I still don't think we will. I don't think we will.
I think we will.
I'm surprised they announced a bit for Mario Kart when it comes to F-Zero. I don't think we'll get it yet.
But then, is that just them teasing it? Is that going right? Let's just play with Star Fox. F-Zero.
Yeah.
And see what the response are to those levels.
You know what? They didn't even announce Captain Falcon was in Smash Bros. Until the game got released because they virtually announced every single character, but they didn't even announce Captain Falcon. So it's very strange what they're doing with them as well.
For me, it makes sense. I mean, it's a genre that people are crying out for.
Yeah, it looked lovely in the Wii U as well.
Exactly, and it wouldn't be that hard to make. I mean, they've made Mario Kart already, so they could even use the same engine if they really wanted to.
I would want it a bit faster.
Yeah.
But I'd say make sure that you've got get the essence of speed in there.
Yeah.
But the best thing I've got here is the gamepad, level editor.
Yeah. I mean, they tried to do it before.
The N64 had it on the DD, so there's no reason why and it fits well with the gamepad. You can draw the level, you can put in corkscrews.
Good call.
I also want if they release it on Wii U, I want it on the 3DS as well. Scaled down version, obviously, but they could easily do an F-Zero on the 3DS.
Can they?
Yeah.
I would favour a home console version. Just like say, it would look stunning.
I want both.
On HD.
I'm greedy.
I know you're greedy.
Well, I think they should get Sega to make it.
But they did that before, didn't they? GX was made by Sega. So if Nintendo really...
Isn't that the best one?
Nah,
I preferred F-Zero X, but there was nothing wrong with GX. I mean, that game looked awesome, and the essence of speed in that was ridiculous as well.
I wouldn't want a storyline. Bit of a storyline, like how the races work.
Perhaps.
So anyway, so they're going to be bringing Mario Maker. It's logical they're going to be showcasing some Mario Maker.
Yeah, it comes out in September.
Comes out in September. So I'm hoping people are going to be able to get their hands on it and they'll be able to display a little bit more. Now, you were bringing up the subject of are they going to bring any more overlays, any more skin packs? And I've been thinking about it logically. If they've gone from everything from the original to new Wii U, there can't be that much in between.
Maybe adding characters, they could add in Yoshi or something, but yeah, I think they've...
That's the point, we've not seen Yoshi yet.
Yeah.
And obviously he was in Mario World. And it'll be interesting because every time they've got an element that's in one particular game, they have to make an equivalent skin for
the others,
the old one. So we can see like 8-bit Yoshi in Mario 1 and stuff like
really
that.
Cool, yeah.
So that'd be
interesting. It'd definitely be interesting.
Yeah, but
oh my god.
I still think they've got some sort of one last reveal to come for that game.
As long as it can handle frame rate wise, I'm going to make a level just full of Yoshi. Just loads of them running about everywhere, not knowing what to do.
You can call it Yoshi's Island. Okay, right. So anyway, yeah. So just one last point I want to bring up. No, actually, second to last. Sonic Boom 2 Fire and Ice for
Where
the 3DS.
the hell did that come from?
Nintendo, listen. No.
It's not Nintendo, it's Sega.
No. No. Just no.
No! It's not loads of money, it's bring the money back, you know.
Anyway, let's press on.
Yes, sorry.
Just one last thing on Nintendo I want to bring up, and that's Retro Studio.
They've been working on something, that have to have been. So it's either going to be Metroid.
There's been a gap since Tropic Freeze.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it out there.
We're due a Metroid. We haven't had one on the Wii U. The last one was Metroid 3.
Well, all I'm saying is it could be it could be one of three things. Something completely new that we didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
Another Donkey Kong. Now, if any other company were making it, another
Donkey Kong Racing?
Another Donkey Kong would be good.
Yeah, but would do racing. We've already had Mario Kart. We potentially could have F-Zero. That could be a bit too much.
Possibly. But in summary, what we want...
Well, it's like Star Fox, it's like F-Zero, Metroid's the other one that people are just screaming out for.
Donkey Kong for a long time until they released a country Tropic Freeze games and things.
Yeah.
Just give us Metroid, seriously!
Yeah.
It's like doon 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 doon. Oh, we should make a Metroid game.
And don't make one, make two.
Yes, one on the...
Give us a 3D one for the Wii U and a 2D one for the 3DS.
That'd be good. Or eShop.
Yeah.
Oh, could they do them so that they cross-talk with each other somehow?
Well, they did that with Prime and Fusion.
Yeah.
Fusion was good. I'm going to go and play some now. So, okay, finally, Square Enix.
Final Fantasy.
That game, Final Fantasy.
Let's press on. So that's all of the big companies that are having presentations and things. So
Yeah.
a few bits and pieces on the side. Now, Capcom.
They're doing Street Fighter, we already know that.
Well, they know they're doing Street Fighter 5 for the PS4, and they have...
Recently, they've announced the Mega Man cartoon coming out next 2 years' time, 2017.
And
the Mega Man Collection, which is coming out.
A Mega Man collection, something
So I'm
actually
hoping
happening.
we're actually going to see something.
No, they'll cancel it in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
So, they're releasing the
They'll cancel it 6 months after it's released.
Yes.
Yeah, right, okay.
This is quite recent news, so we can actually talk about this. Mega Man collection.
Yeah.
There's already been a collection that came out on the GameCube, but this only has the first 6 games.
I'm not sure. Well, I know it's got at least the first 6 games. I'm not sure they've got after that.
Yeah, the one on the GameCube had 7 and 8 as well, and 2 arcade ones.
Yeah.
So...
It's a step in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Or in the right direction, depending
But
on
they
how you
do say
look
they've HD remastered it, but it's the same. It doesn't look any different.
But how do you make HD pixels?
But yeah, exactly, I suppose.
That is a good call.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could have done it a bit like Mighty Number 9, where it's a bit more rounded and things, but I actually like it in the 8-bit. You have to have it as 8-bit.
Was it you that said they might be working on a new one?
Well, I'm hoping that the fact that they've got the cartoon, they're bringing out this this collection, that it's going to inject some bloody energy into the franchise and they'll actually make something new with it. I'm hoping what they need to do is start a whole new series. They've had the original, they've had X, they've had Battle Network. Start a fresh series.
Well,
they don't need a big...
or why not just a reboot? Just call it Mega Man.
Yeah, they don't need a big big group of people to make a game like this. It's a platform that they only need a few dedicated people that really want to do well with it and do it.
NetherRealm.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 11.
XI.
Well, Mortal Kombat X hasn't been out for very long. They haven't released too many new characters.
They need a heck of a lot more characters.
And it's pretty much been built for DLC and microtransactions.
I wouldn't mind a bit more story as well. I'm not gonna. To be fair, I don't know why I'm moaning. I'm not gonna pay for it.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm not gonna spend money on more stuff for that game because
you already bought the
Well,
original.
they'll release DLC for the next year, and then in 12 months' time we'll see a complete edition.
I bought the game for 40 quid. I'm waiting to get my 40 quid's worth before I invest more.
Okay, so
It hasn't done that well compared to the other Mortal Kombat.
Hasn't it?
No.
I'm not surprised. I mean, not after the release day fiasco.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rockstar.
Yes.
Now,
Dead 2.
You want Red Dead 2?
I want Red Dead 2.
I want Bully 2. Please don't hit me.
Well, I suppose either or at this time. I mean,
No,
Grand Theft Auto is great,
Dead.
but I think it's about time that they went back to something else.
Big demand for Red Dead. Red Dead. A fake spoiler on the E3 little thing where it said Red Dead 2 Revenge. Don't mind the title. You could be John Marston's son going out for revenge or whatever and writes itself.
Okay, so you two want Red Dead. I would really like Bully 2. They were working on it at some point about 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, I'm presuming it's been canned, but if it does get a release, I would explode. And I'm thinking, with the release of Hatred, is it now time to bring out Manhunt 3?
I don't think they'll do any more with Manhunt. I think
They struggled to get the second one out.
yeah, they even the first one they got banned in certain places and things.
Yeah.
I think it just got a bad reputation. Even if they don't make it, even they're gory. I think the fact countries that have released them that banned the previous ones, I don't think they want it. A quick thing on Red Dead, as far as what I want them to do with it.
Okay.
Obviously, a big landscape, probably bigger than the last game. Obviously, graphical improvements, all that nonsense. And the same story. And reliable servers like they did before. I want them to do exactly the same as they did before. But
Yeah.
just a 2015 version.
Well, a new game.
Yeah, the new story.
Yeah.
But everything there wasn't any problems in that game. The controls were solid, the graphics were solid, the servers were solid, the depth of like online features and offline features and story mode, everything, the length of the game, the sort of additional side missions, they did everything right in that game. So just thank you.
God bless you. God love Rockstar. So I think that's a good place to round it up. Unless there was anything on your guys wanted to talk about before we move on to our wish lists.
No, I think now's a good time to.
We covered everything.
I wish we should proceed on to our wish list.
Okay.
Yes.
So who wants to go first?
How about you, sir?
Okay. Yeah, you want me to go first, Brad?
Yeah, go first.
Okay. So my wish list consists of top Metroid. 2 of them. I've already said I want Metroid. A new Doom game, which I know I'm getting, which is good. I personally would like to see, because there's been a lot of remasters. I would like to see BioShock be remastered. I'd like to see. I'd like to see the 3 BioShock games come to the new generation of consoles, 1080p, 60 frames per second, because apparently those were the games that look best on. Well, BioShock Infinite certainly looked best on PC in the last few years. So I would like to see something along them lines released on the PS4, personally. Saints Row, I'd like to see another one.
There's been quite a lot recently, though, hasn't there?
There has been, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'd give it that. So I don't know if it necessarily, maybe just a teaser.
Yeah, maybe.
And lastly, I'd like to see some more Shovel Knight and some more Shantae, so some more Way Forward games and some more Yacht Club games. I know we need some more DLC that we're owed for Shovel Knight. Well, I say that we're owed. It's been announced there's going to be some new campaigns and things and challenge modes and things.
Shovel Knight 2 would be quite good. Or like at least a DLC.
I don't think they'll announce Shovel Knight 2, but I mean, ideally, that's what I'd like. I'd like them to announce Shovel Knight 2, but I don't think they'll do that before releasing the DLC, which we're owed. So
I want him to get a sidekick.
that'd be cool. Or Shield Knight.
Shield Knight.
Yeah. But Shantae, there is a game, I think it's been funded now, the 4th game has been funded on Kickstarter.
Oh,
So it'd be really nice to see some footage of that, some proper gameplay footage. So because I think what they had originally was a some sort of pre-rendered footage. I mean, it looked like the game, but I don't think it was actually a playable game. So to see actually something playable would be nice.
Because I played that the last time we came round, and it was the Pirate's Curse.
Yeah, the 3rd game.
Yeah, I
You
quite
enjoyed
enjoyed
that?
that. Yes. So,
And I'll just say, I didn't know this. I knew that the first game came out on the Game Boy Color, and the second game I thought was PC exclusive. It turns out that all 3 games were on 3DS.
Okay.
So the Game Boy Color game, you can get on the Virtual Console. Risky's Revenge, which is the second game, which I thought was PC exclusive, is on the 3DS. And Pirate's Curse, which we played on Wii U,
Brilliant.
that's on there as well.
Do you know the price?
I think it's about £4 for between £4 and £5 for the original Shantae. It's about £12 to £15 for the other 2, which is a shame.
Pricey.
Yeah, it's
But
quite pricey. Yeah,
I think it's quite
I
fair,
do
actually.
get a 50% discount if I was to get Pirate's Curse because I bought it on Wii U.
Brilliant.
So I get that for about $7.50.
Not bad.
Bruv.
Well, the obvious ones we've already mentioned: Zelda, Star Fox, all that, like
Jazz.
Mario Sunshine on the 3DS
That would be lovely.
/ Wii U. Wii U colours would be brilliant and it'd be good. I think they could do it on both.
It'd be nice to see it in HD. I have seen it on Dolphin emulator with filters and things. It looks great on that. So to see it on the Wii U would be lovely.
Yeah, I think the Wii U would be cool, but I wouldn't mind something just on the go. So something new on the 3DS anyway. So I just put Mario Sunshine as an idea, but it probably would work better on the Wii U, especially with the gamepad. You can aim with the
Yeah, possibly.
That's a good one. Being a bit... do you want to say anything about Mario Sunshine?
I'll save myself for my list.
Okay. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. It was a game on the PlayStation 2 and the PC a while back. And seeing as it's quite topical now, because Jurassic World is breaking all the box office records and everything and doing quite well, it was basically a game called, just like Theme Park World, if you wasn't unfamiliar with it. You build your Jurassic Park, you have to do research and get bones and DNA. The more research you do, the sort of bigger attractions like the T-Rex and the Brachiosaurus and stuff you can unlock, and the Spinosaurus. Originally started off with the smaller ones. More people come to your attractions, you need to create viewing points so you can actually be able to see the dinosaurs. Need to create medicine to stop them from getting ill. It was actually quite a good, detailed game. It was quite a bit of fun, and I think if they remade that, a sort of a Jurassic Park sort of theme park kind of game,
The trouble is, do those sorts of games exist anymore at the moment?
I think there's a demand for it on PC. Maybe not on console so much, but on PC, I think it could easily be made. Or even on... I think that would suit Nintendo because they have touchpads.
Well, I was going to say the touchpad would probably work quite well for a sim type game.
Not so much on the regular control pads, but touchpad would definitely work.
That'd be cool, actually.
As far as Pokemon goes, because I have to talk about Pokemon per video.
Yeah.
They do Pokemon. I think they'll talk about that. They'll talk about Pokemon. Because they haven't actually officially announced it for a console yet. They've just said it's coming to arcades. But
has it actually come out in the arcades yet? Because I think this will determine whether or not we'll catch any games in any
it hasn't yet, to my knowledge. But as far as straight up Pokemon games go, I don't want a remake of Diamond and Pearl. They've only just done the Generation 3, Diamond and Pearl's Generation 4. Don't need that yet. I either want to have Z version, so a sequel to X and Y, which was Gen 6, or Gen 7. Diamond and Pearl version, I didn't really like. They're my least favourite generation. I liked some of the Pokemon they added into it, but the generation, the game itself, not so much fun. So I'm not in no rush for a remake. And we've only just had a remake. I think we want a new one, either Z version or Gen 7. I want Gen 7 because I like throughout the year checking up the new ones that they release and all the new leaks and Pokemon they announce. So
it's a fun time for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Gen 7, but Z version equally is cool. I want the PS4 to deliver.
That's not unreasonable argument.
I'm using the Wii U. I'm using the Nintendo 3DS. The PS4 I've been playing just the go-to game that you do with your friends. I play a bit of NBA 2K15. Apart from that, there's Shadow of Mordor I picked up recently. So I haven't played that. Apparently that is good. But I got Mortal Kombat X. I was disappointed.
That's kind of been the general message of this generation so far, isn't it? It's just like, it's rubbish.
The two games I have thoroughly enjoyed, Black Flag,
and
Far Cry 4. But I even think Far Cry 4 wasn't as good as Far Cry 3. So it's still.
Well, hopefully by the end of E3 we'll have something to look forward to for that. So
I want a new Mass Effect. I'll take a new Mass Effect any day.
Yep.
Something that I'm not really looking forward to, but I just noted down so we could talk about it. Screenshots have been released of a new Transformers game, but it's cel shaded to make it look like the old cartoon.
That'd be cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I never got into the Transformers. I liked a lot of things around the era. Transformers, I should have liked it. I just never could get into it. A bit like Halo. I should like it. It has all the things I do like, but wasn't connected. And I don't really like the movies either, but if I liked Transformers and I saw that, I would be pumped.
Yeah.
Because the screenshots look really, really cool. It just looks like a sort of closed arena, hack and slash kind of fighting game. But that's all we could tell from screenshots. It could be anything. Next one, we've got a new Batman game coming out.
We have.
Cool. Yes. We've completely forgotten about that one.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was relevant for E3
because 23rd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's out in a couple of weeks.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, but I still think they can do more with Batman. Maybe not literally the Arkham games, but something a bit different. They have an unlimited source, and seeing as movies like the Suicide Squad and things like that are coming out soon, maybe something to do with that. I don't know.
Just a whole DC Universe game, maybe.
Yeah, a DC Universe game, definitely. Oh, I'd be definitely up for that. Well, especially seeing as the TV show, the Flash and Arrow are doing well. I think they should do something with the Ninja Turtles. Okay. Maybe a Turtles in Time sequel, a little downloadable one, or just a 3DS Turtles game.
Not happening, bruv. Nickelodeon owned it.
Oh, swines.
And
Okay.
and they have been releasing games and they're cack.
Yeah, that is true. But I want them to do a good job because I like them as a franchise. I put here FTL. I do
You're
like
enjoying
the
that?
Faster Than Light. Really, really good fun game. The makers, I think it was 2 people that made it, and it took over their life. And they said that they're not planning to do a second one. They want to do new things.
Right.
Can't knock them, fair enough. But let someone else maybe work on it or something. Maybe just add in a bit, because they have added in more since the original game was out. But I want just add in a bit more, add something else. The system of the game is really good. Or maybe Star Trek should work with them and make the same engine, but like a Star Trek themed Faster Than Light. I know there's mods, but it's not quite the same as a rounded game. Very good game. They should do something with that. Anything to do with Mega Man, I bet.
Yeah, I'd agree.
You can't go wrong with Mega Man. And I put here Tony Hawk because I never really played the Tony Hawk games that much as a kid. We had one on the Game Boy, and
That's right, yeah.
the odd time we would go around a friend's house. I've just been in the mood for it. I've just been in the mood recently to get a new Tony Hawk game and have a bit of fun with it.
Well, no, apparently that's happening.
Yeah, I heard an
There's going to be a
announcement.
new one, yeah.
I wouldn't mind them talking about it at E3, just to get me a bit more hyped.
Yeah.
See some footage.
And one more thing, which I haven't noted down, the new Guitar Hero. Actually, really looking forward to that.
Is it Guitar Hero or is it Rock Band? I thought it was Rock
No,
Band.
it's Guitar Hero Live, it's called.
Is it? Really?
Yeah, Rock Band, I think they mentioned on their Facebook page a little bit after Guitar Hero announced it that they're making a new one. But originally I thought the Guitar Hero games were dead, but it's been a few years now,
Yeah.
and the itch is coming
We've had a
back.
break for it, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to bring it back.
Well, if Guitar Hero comes out, I hope they bring back DJ Hero.
But they've got to make a good set list. Guitar Hero, I've seen a few of the set list has been announced, but there's only been a few of them. A couple of good songs on it, not as many as I want. Because if you look at the Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock section, nearly every single song are brilliant for Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
This one, that's a good one. That's a good one. I want good. So they've got to make sure that's the whole point of the game. You don't have a good set list, it's not a good game. It doesn't matter how it feels. You want the songs. So yeah. So they're sort of my list. I wouldn't mind a new Mario Sunshine, maybe the Jurassic Park game, Pokemon, and definitely a Guitar Hero.
Sweet.
Cool. Well, for me, I would like to see some more GameCube HD remasters. So this is what I was saying about Mario Sunshine, because I think we said earlier on that the Wind Waker HD was meant to sort of pave the way for other GameCube HD re-releases. So maybe that, Luigi's Mansion, perhaps.
Luigi's Mansion could be a possibility.
So
I played the sequel.
Dark Moon's okay, but
Yeah.
I prefer if they did it in the vein of the original Luigi's Mansion game.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they might announce a sequel to that.
I was just thinking, if they were going to do that, wouldn't they have done that by now?
Well, this is their words,
Yeah.
not ours. You know, it was supposed to pave the way for more HD games. So who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe we get to the point now where they might do that.
It would be nice.
Who knows? So yeah, so Mario Sunshine HD remake.
That'd be great.
Why not? F-Zero. I'm pretty certain we're going to see something about that.
Cool.
But we're going to
Surprised-
find out.
Surprised you didn't mention this, but a 3D Wii U Pokemon.
Never going to happen though.
Not gonna
I
happen.
only mentioned it because
Probably
I'm
not
sure
going to
it's
happen,
going to
but
happen.
you just imagine how people would lose their shit if that came out.
Oh, I would do things that I shouldn't be mentioning on YouTube.
Yeah, fair dues. Yeah.
You know, a nice big luscious world that you can just go open and explore, and then you can actually go into these little jungle areas with tall grass, and you come across Pokemon, and then you get these fantastic 3D HD battles going on.
It'd be
And then-
incredible.
You can go and fight your mates online.
Well, they have a thing on PC, Pokemon Showdown, and instead of catching your Pokemon, building them up, leveling them up, doing the movesets, they have everything there for you. You select, right, I want it to have these IVs and EVs and customise it. And it's a good way to practice your teams if you want to build it for the actual handheld thing.
Sure.
It's got a big community, there's a lot of people on it. And they need to do something like that for the Wii U, just like a showdown type game.
For me, it would just print money for Nintendo, I think, if they did that.
It would-
But, you know, that's just me.
It would probably be the biggest seller on the Wii U.
New Crash Bandicoot game, obviously we touched on it earlier on. It'd be nice to see that revisited.
See Crash, yeah, it could turn up.
Perfect Dark, again, something else we mentioned earlier on. It'd be nice if they bring it back up to where it should be at. So the 361 wasn't particularly great, but
It would be an Xbox One exclusive, though.
It would, but if they can get it back into the vein as what the N64 one was like, again, it'd be another compelling reason to get an Xbox.
Yeah, definitely.
An actual 3D Mario game, so other sort of 64 Galaxy,
Yeah.
3D World was great, but it was essentially a sequel to a 3DS game.
And I did love the 3DS game.
It's good, but it's basically like a 3D linear game, so you get the start point and you get to the flag and that's it, but to actually create...
It was a 3D game that was meant to appeal to the 2D fans.
Yeah. But it'd be nice if they actually released a proper 3D platforming Mario.
Going into paintings or worlds and,
They could use any sort of medium, but yeah.
Well, that game felt very comfortable to play, so what they could do is use that engine.
Yeah.
And then just rebuild the levels so they're not linear.
I wouldn't mind a Mario 64 too. So you go into Peach's Castle and go into paintings
again. But again, a concept that worked really well.
Yeah.
I'm just crying.
But I like the idea of exploring the castle.
How about instead of Peach's Castle, you could have Daisy's Castle
or choose
one of the other princesses.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
maybe you go into Bowser's Castle.
Who's the princess from Galaxy? Is it Rosalind?
Rosalina.
Rosalina.
Yeah.
Why don't we give her a castle?
Well, there's Galaxy.
Well, she's got the ship thing, hasn't she? But she could have a castle. As I said, you can go and visit Bowser's Castle. Instead this time, completely change the setting. So he's kidnapped the princess or whatever, and this time you have to.
Oh, really? That's a new one.
I just came out with it off the top of my head.
Bloody hell!
They could even do instead of going into a castle, they could go into Luigi's mansion and jump into paintings to try and rescue Luigi instead of Peach.
Oh, my head hurts.
That's a good idea.
Anyway, I just want a 3D Mario game.
How about you have different castles? So, like World 1 is Peach's Castle, and it revisits some of the 64. Then Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion.
So maybe they could do like a Sonic Generations type thing.
Where they got different castles, yeah.
All previous Mario games appear
I like
in
it.
some fashion. Anyway, moving on. On. What I'd really like to see in Splatoon is for them to remove that level rotation, as we were talking about earlier on. So after every match, you just get two random levels that crop up. Job done. And then finally, I'd like to see a Darksiders 3. I'm not sure if you two played it.
No, that's come a bit left.
I wasn't expecting that one. Yeah.
Well, I never really heard of the franchise until the second one came out. Got it on the Wii U, and then obviously THQ went tits up after that. But very sort of Legend of Zelda-esque. You go into temples and dungeons and fight bosses and level up.
Well, they've sold all their properties to other people, so it could happen.
Exactly. I mean, I've not really kept up to what sort of happened with that and who owns it now. But
well, because Saints Row games have been released since THQ went belly up, so there's no reason why it couldn't.
But so yeah, those are our wish lists.
Right, we've had a good chat about E3. I think we should.
We're going to be setting ourselves up for a lot of disappointment.
We're going to be so disappointed. It's going to be terrible.
But the way I see it,
I'll tell you what. Why don't we? Because obviously this video we have covered a lot, and I doubt I'm going to be able to get. Once I edit this down, I think we're going to probably edit out about 3/4 of what we talked about because there's only so much we can get on a video and upload in time. Why don't we reconvene in a week or two and see how close we were? We can discuss. We'll discuss what actually has been announced and discuss if we were even remotely close.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Sounds great.
So
but either way, I hope you guys all enjoy E3 this week.
Yeah.
Hope everything that you wish for comes up somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
But yes, it all kicks off tonight, Bethesda. And then a week of gaming binging.
Yes, it's going to be nice. Right, well, thanks very much for joining us. I've been El.
I've been Dan.
I've been Alan.
You take care of yourselves, and we'll see you after E3.
Rock on.
I'm keeping that in.